Friend Brittany.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's E3 2018. I'm Andrea Renee in the Facebook Gaming Live studio, joined by my co-host Brittany Brombacher.
Hi again, Andrea.
And Lord Vonderharr is here. That's right, David Vonderharr from Treyarch. Welcome.
Hello. It's really awesome that you used that title.
I had never heard anybody call you that until the Black Ops 4 reveal event.
Yeah, that was...
Is that like an internal studio thing?
No, Mr. Lamia, the chairman of the board of Treyarch and boss of all of us, he busted that out in the moment. He used it once in rehearsal, just to, it was a joke, and I was like, oh, he's, and then when he put it out on stage, so now it just became a thing.
I like it though.
I like it
You've always
too.
been kind of an infamous character at Treyarch over the years.
I'm try hard.
Well, we're so glad you came by the stage. We have some cool pieces of gameplay that we're going to go ahead and roll right away for you guys to take a look at. Obviously, people out there watching have probably already seen what's happening with Black Ops 4, but you guys are kind of shaking it up this year and doing some things differently.
Yeah, I mean, after 10 years of Black Ops, it's a good time to shake things up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So obviously, a huge multiplayer experience right off the bat. We've already announced that fan favorite maps that are coming back, and then all the things that you would know, the technical nature of multiplayer, and that's us, right?
Yeah.
But it's not just that, because Zombies has 3 Zombies experiences on disc, not just the one, right? So that's more of what Black Ops fans love about Black Ops, and and then of course the all-new experience, Blackout, which we announced/revealed 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Feels like only yesterday.
I know, right? It was almost a month ago now, actually.
Where does time go? Yeah, so
it flies when you're having fun, right?
yes. Yeah, so a lot of Black Ops 4 is really about the experience that you as a Black Ops fan have said very bluntly and directly in many cases, this is what we want, this is what we love about what you do. So we're like, let's do that, right? So it's fun. It's a fun celebration of all the things that fans like about what we do. And you know what they say, do what you're good at.
Oh, absolutely. And you guys are very good at what you do. I had the pleasure of being able to play your game at the reveal event. I thought that they were going to put me on a team with T. Martin and I was going to slay, and then I didn't.
No.
But luckily, they didn't make me play against him. I played with a bunch of other journalists who were just as bad as I was, which helped. But what I loved about it was this new kind of more tactical squad-based feel to it.
Yep.
With
5-on-5 right off the bat. That's
sub.
different than the 6-on-6. It's traditional. Of course, you can play more players on your own with custom games and things, but it's a tactical and natured game. The game loop's a little more paced. With the healing mechanic, the fog of war changes, the way the specialists work, each of those things. So it's really interesting dilemma as a game designer is there's a lot of different fans, right? Fans who love Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3. People who loved all of them, people who preferred the first one over the third, right? And if you're trying to make a game, like the best situation for a guy like me would be all of you who loved all of those can all love 4. And to do that, you got to maybe slow the game pace down, a little more tactical. I mean, it's gotten very fast, right? The last game was
too fast. I couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
I can't do those no-scope kills, man. I'm just not good at it. I was always one. I was just the one respawning constantly.
Yeah.
That's why I love that you guys changed the pace up, because it feels like for people like me that play other types of FPS games, that I feel like I can come back to Call of Duty. I can come back to this franchise that I used to play a lot of, and I can try to relearn, the new system.
It's nice because it is a good leveling field, right? You're not starting from right where we left off in that way, because there is no wall running and there is no thrust jumping, and so everything's grounded, right? So depending on which type of fan you are, and to be able to reset that for people is great. And then the specialists, there's different types of specialists for different types of players, right? So you don't have to be a Slayer to be successful. Look, it's still Call of Duty. Slayers will be successful, but you have other ways to have success. And I think that was really important to Dan and I in particular when we were working out what the game would be like in the early stages of that. It's like, I don't want to have to just be the fastest gun who can jump in the air and spin around and that's fine, and let people who do that, they'll have fun and they'll be successful. But what's in it for, like, how else can you be successful? Which is how you get Recon, or you get Ruin, or you get torque. You know, every specialist has got this own thing, and we don't want to measure you just on kills, right? That's like, it's about wins, it's about teamwork, it's about helping your team be successful, and it's not just about guys who can do that, which you need those folks too.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? So it doesn't take anything away from those fans.
What kind of specialist would you recommend to someone like me, who I shoot the air, I shoot the ground, I do not shoot my enemies, my accuracy is real bad?
Yeah, so there's a particular specialist that I think you might want to start with named Crash. And Crash is a medic in principle, so you can provide a real service to your team as a support character where you don't have to necessarily be in the fight. I mean, you'll be in the fight, right? And Call of Duty terms.
I will die a lot.
So, yes, yeah, right. But then what you can do is Crash, right? Is you can still play. You'll still have the core mechanics of the weapons. It's like you still have to do those things, right? It's still a first-person shooter.
Yes.
But then you can also help the guys who are in front of the line and boost up them with your ability to heal up when your ability comes up. So you know, it's a good example of like Crash takes nothing away from the hardcore shooters and provides opportunities for other people to get involved, and I think that's really important. You know, you don't want Call of Duty to just appeal. It's a game that appeals to a lot of people, right?
Right.
It's got a big audience of people. And along the way, after 10 years, you know, you just sort of continue to amplify those kind of core aspects. So it's nice. It's nice to go to 4 and sort of reset just a tad. But, you know, it's Call of Duty, and it's definitely Black Ops. And if anybody knows what either of those is like, then you're still going to have all that too, right? Yeah. Sorry, I get a little teary-eyed and misty.
Oh, you don't have to be sorry. It's your baby. You've been working on it for so many years now.
You should be so proud, honestly.
I remember coming to visit you at the studio for Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
Remember when you guys used to do those multiplayer map pack reveals with all the fancy athletes?
Yes.
And I was always like, I don't want to play them, but I'll interview them.
Yeah.
So tall, all of those athletes, always so tall. But no, it's been great kind of seeing the way that the studio has progressed and the way that the game has changed and how dedicated your community has stayed throughout the years.
I mean, I'm incredibly humbled every time we have a chance to go and talk to the fans. You know, it's something I personally am very vested in. You know, I just want them to know, right? Like, you're not. There's a lot of you, and it's hard to, you know, with all of that, but it's something we take quite seriously. It's an important part of what we do, and we want, you know, those fans to know that there are real people on the other end of what, you know, they have to say about it, and that stuff's a significant contributing factor to where we, you know, where we took this game and where we'll take 4 and evolve it, you know, just like we always have. So yeah.
How has the fan reaction been since the reveal? Obviously, you guys had a ton of content creators out there giving their immediate feedback and impressions and clearly doing a lot of videos and streaming since then. Like, what has been the reaction been?
Yeah, so you'll see all sorts of ranges of stuff, right? Anything that you only hear about and don't experience can be really strange, especially when you're talking about this type of changes. Like, what do you mean you changed how heal work? What do you mean the mini-map's the fog of war, right? So I think what you get if you just sort of look at the social media reports and all the, you know, the stuff that comes through that you know, that people are very curious about what we're doing. There's a lot of interest in how that could go and what the opportunities are. And Zombies fans are going crazy because they're going to get, you know, 3 of them. The hardest core multiplayer, if you watch the videos of the people who played and you talk to that person, and you talk to the guy who's not yet done that or played, and you can watch the transition, which is really important because you want that. It's like a road, right? It's a road to a mastery. It's not that, right? It's a road. So we like that, and we like to see that evolve. And then, of course, many people are curious about Blackout.
Oh yeah. So speaking of which, let's talk about Blackout. So obviously, Battle Royale is the new hotness. Everyone's making jokes and memes about it. One of my favorite from the weekend was everyone talking about how they'd love to see a Yarny Battle Royale with that little Yarn character from the indie game from Coldwood Studios. And I'm just like, this is crazy. So Call of Duty, known for world-class first-person shooting mechanics, jumping into the Battle Royale sector. I have to ask, are you guys contemplating maybe making a standalone for people who only want to do Battle Royale?
There's been no talk about that. You know, if you look at Treyarch and the logo, and you know, it's like there's a 3-game thing. That's what we do, right? So that's it wouldn't. No one's ever mentioned it to me. Now, no doubt, there are probably business people who've done business things, but I just want to make the games, right?
Yeah.
So I've not heard anything about that. Blackout will be available when the game comes out with the game.
Will all of the features that you guys were talking about at the reveal be available at launch, or is that like unlockable stuff?
Yeah,
Like
so
all of
I mean, we
past
haven't.
characters and things like that.
So we haven't discussed how the progression systems work, which is what you're referring to.
Yeah.
Right. So anything that you experience there, you know, you have to think about it the way that you might think about how other things progress. Like, when do you get that while you're playing the game or whatever? But nope, we have not discussed in any level of detail how progression systems work. In fact, we were still working on the design of the progression system 2 days ago. You know, so we haven't described that. But you'll be able to play the characters for sure, including right away when it makes sense. But they're not, you know, they come with the game. Don't confuse these for something other than part of the game experience. The stuff on the, my boss was very clear about some of this stuff with me, you know, about how he wants that to work. And
Yeah, I can imagine.
yeah, yeah. So no, it is. You will be able to play the characters. You don't have to wait 6 weeks, 10 weeks, 40 weeks. Some of the things that you saw that we suggested would be there will be there, like we promised.
I'm just
Not hidden
excited
behind
to
something.
get into all the vehicles and
Just drive around.
Yeah,
and
I mean, yeah. So we were playing the other day. The vehicles are coming along quite nicely. A lot of the physics of the, you know, traversing that world is pretty fun. If you watch the video, and you'll probably figure out which kind of vehicles are there.
hint,
Yeah.
hint.
You know,
Go
so.
back and do an analysis. Well, listen, I could talk to you all afternoon about
It's been a while.
Black
Well,
Ops.
I'll probably see you again sometime later this year, maybe.
I hope so. You guys got to let me play Blackout, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Eventually?
yeah. No,
Me too, please.
yeah.
Bert's like, I want to
Wanna
come.
Done.
Yay.
I know some people.
So easy.
We've got it on video now. Well, David, thank you so much for coming
So
by.
good to see you.
It's so good to see you, too.
Nice studio.
Thank you so much. You know, Facebook Gaming has got quite a footprint here at E3 this year. It's been really exciting. Hopefully you can swing by the creator stage in the other hall at some point.
Man, I heard all about your party last night.
Yeah, man. We
Yeah.
do it big here.
Yeah.
All right, you guys.
I wasn't
that's-
invited.
Oh my gosh. Put me on the spot. I didn't make the guest list. We are going to wrap it up here, but we have lots more content for you guys right here at the live studio from the Facebook Gaming booth at E3 2018. Stick with us, and we'll be right back.